So in earlier case, what we had discussed is regarding the 14th article and 15th article and 16th article. The 14th article is consists equality before law and equal protection of law. Equality before law is from the British, and equal protection of law is from US. And 15th article, there are few clauses, and 15th article on grounds of 5 we should not discriminate, and 16 it is about recruitment process. So the list of clauses of 16 is 16.1, 16.2, 16.3, 16.4 and 16.4. it got amended. 15.4a appended and 15.4b again appended, and 15.5 was there and 15.6 was there. And the later we had discussed regarding the what we call the cases. So when BC Commission was, the first BC Commission was in 1953, and it was Kelkar, and what he had done. So he so what happened? So in 1953, and he got appointed according to the 340 clause 1, and later he just submitted his report in 1955, but the Jawaharlal Nehru just rejected the policy. The reason is the recommendations. The reason is it was 70% expecting from BC for the reservation, 70%, and as well as it was mentioned 2,399 castes or backward classes, and as well as most backward classes 837, and it was there mentioned in the commission. And later Mandal Commission from 1979, and he just submitted. This is actually in 1978, but here the report was submitted in 1980, but it was because of the central government is not that much in good position. The crisis in the political systems, nobody just checked it, reviewed it, and in 1980 VP Singh, 1990 the VP Singh just implemented the same, and later in 1992 the PV Narasimha Rao again he added 2 recommendations more. Later the Supreme Court again it get invalid few recommendations, and later the Indira Sahani case, that was in Indira Sahani case versus Union of India, and later few more cases, and later there are lot more cases, and finally the Nagarajan case, because the 77th Amendment Act and 85th Amendment Act, 81st and 82nd and 85th Amendment Act was there. So later in 2006 again Nagaraj versus Union of India. So in that the 5-judge bench upheld the constitutional validity of reservation in promotion of SCs and STs. It upheld the consequential seniority rule, the 16.4a, the carry forward rule, Article 16.4b, and the proviso in the Article 335. The 335 states actually the quality should be more, the efficiency should be more. But what happened? One second. Yeah. So the next is, however, the court noted 16.4a and 4b are enabling the provisions. There is no automatic right reservation in promotions for SCs and STs. But the court is they just gave few guidelines. The first one is demonstrate backwardness in STs and of SCs and STs. So these are the 3 compiling requirements to the state. The state has to do that. The first one is demonstrate the backwardness of SCs and STs, and as well as prove that SCs and STs are inadequately represented in relevant public employment, and maintaining the overall efficiency of the administration. This is what their requirement, right? So based on that, the after Nagarajan case, it was the state has not that much worry particular about they are unable to present their classifications of SCs and STs in a proper way. So it was not, in particularly the court criticized the state for failing to demonstrate backward classes and inefficient. So that is the reason it was struck. So this is what about all about 14th article, 15th article and 16th article, right? If you are clear, CLR in the comment box. If you are clear till now, CLR in the comment box. If you are clear, very good, very good. Moving to the next. So article 17. Article 17. One second. So now in the article 17, so abolition of untouchability. Abolition of untouchability. What exactly untouchability? So untouchability is abolished. It's a practice in the form of forbidden. So what exactly untouchability? What exactly that is? So I just want to tell you. So untouchability. So this is, there is no such type of a strict definition in the Constitution of India about untouchability. So it is just a discrimination. It is just giving the additional protection to the discriminants. It protects Article 15, Article 14 also. But there is no strict definition of untouchability. There are few cases in the middle. Because of that, they just came to know what exactly untouchability. The earlier, what we thought untouchability is, our intention to introduce the untouchability is different, but the definition, the pulling out from the word untouchability might be different. So finally, according to the cases, we came to know what exactly untouchability. Untouchability for the years, for the centuries together, there are few tribes or castes, scheduled castes or scheduled tribes, they are just pressured and they are discriminated. So that was actual untouchability. But untouchability means, so suppose for example, I am just giving one example. There are few people who got affected. Yeah, at present we are affecting by the corona. So if some corona guy is there positive and he is also untouchable, right? If we don't know the definition of untouchable and there is no definition for the untouchable, so we can consider even him as an untouchable. So he is getting discriminated by others. So because of that, according to the cases, we just came to know this untouchability means only the discriminants, not the diseased peoples, not the persons, the touch diseases like sneezing, sniffing and coughing and leprosy, not these guys. Okay, please, you should consider it. And the enforcement of any disability arising out of untouchability shall be an offense punishable in accordance with law. So if that definition is not clear, then what will happen? Suppose a positive guy is moving around, a corona positive guy, then if you discriminated and if you are not allowing to him, then you will be punished, because there is a gap of the definition of untouchability in the Constitution of India. But thank God, we just got the definition of untouchability from the cases. Okay, right. So the Supreme Court held that right under the Article 17 is available against private individuals. Yeah, we can make it against them. So it is constitutional obligation of the state to take necessary action to ensure that this right is not violated. Right? So it is related to 15th article and 16th article. 16 in a recruitment process, 15 in a discrimination, right, to make them equal. So in 1955, the offense, untouchability offense. So 1955 was passed, and in 1976, the Untouchability Offence Act. So 1955 has comprehensively amended and renamed the protection of civil rights. Protection of civil rights. This is very important. Protection of civil rights. Civil Rights Act. So in 1955 was got amended in 1976, and it made a little strength, so a little strict. So we followed in a strict manner. So if you are clear and agreed, type A in the comment box. If you are clear and agreed, type A in the comment box. Excellent. Moving to the next. So abolition of titles. So what exactly abolition of titles? No title not being military, academic, distinction shall be conferred by the state. So no citizen of India shall be accept any title from the foreign state. They should not allow, the citizen should not allow to take the foreign titles, right? Not even that, no foreigner while holding any office of profit or trust under the state accept without the consent of the president any title from any foreign state, even it applied to the foreigner. So if you are a citizen, then citizen shall accept any title. No citizen of India shall accept any title from the foreign state, from any foreign state. And a foreigner is there living in India, then while holding any office, suppose he is holding any office of profit or trust under the state accept without the consent of, so without any approval from the president, he should not use that. He should not take it granted. So if you are clear, CLR in the comment box. If you are clear, CLR in the comment box. If you are clear, CLR in the comment box. Very good. Very good. So that no person holding any office or profit or trust under the state shall, without consent of the president, accept any present emolument. Emolument, again, it's just pay. Office of any kind from under any foreign state. So no person, that was related to the foreigner. So earlier it was about the titles, next it was about the citizens, next it was about the foreigners, and next it is about the person, anyone, right? So next, what about Bharat Ratna? What about Bharat Ratna? So shall we use Bharat Ratna as a title? Shall we use Bharat Ratna as a title? I'm just asking, is that so? Shall we? Shall we use yes or no? Comment please. Comment your answer. Yes. Will give awards. Yeah. Okay. So coming to the Bharat Ratna, there is a misconception, and conceptually it's a different one, because there was no Bharat Ratna at the time of Constitution. Number one, first point, there was no Bharat Ratna at the time of Constitution, and later it get amended and it get introduced and it gets part and parcel of our life, right? But what exactly the short titles? So in 1996, the Supreme Court upheld the constitutional validity of the national awards Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan and Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. it ruled that these awards do not amount to the titles. Earlier, it was in 1970. In 1970, it was not allowed. 1970 to 1982, it was not allowed to use. And again, there is an exemption in 1992. And in 1992, again there is again a challenge in a court. Again, it was break. So again, from 1996, it is they stated according to the Supreme Court, it is not under 18 clause 1. It is not under 18 clause 1. So it was overshadowed. So this is what a doctrine of eclipse again, because it is considering that this affects a lot. So it was not because of the fundamental rights, and it affects the fundamental rights. So those bunch of laws will be overshadowed, just like this Bharat Ratna short title. So at that time, from 1970s, it was nowhere considering it as a short title. Okay, and it was not allowed at that time. Later, in one case, they just the result was yeah, you can use that short title as Bharat Ratna. Later again, it was challenged in the same Supreme Court. Again in that court, so it break it, and it just again made it. From 1996, it is not considering it as 18 clause 1. According to 18, it's just a short title. We can use it, but not it should be a limit. There should be a limit. We should not repeatedly we should use. This is again an honor. Is that clear? And what should not be used? Like, they should not use it as a suffix or prefix in the names of awardees. It also ruled that they should not be used as suffix or prefix to the names of awardees. They can use that, but they should not make it a suffix or prefix to their names. So this is the important point. This is the important point. Right. Moving to the next. Yeah. So Article 15. The prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth within the regards access to the access of public restaurants and hotels and places of public entertainment and etc. And the state can make any special provisions for a woman and child, and as well as the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, as well as socially and economically, right? So first amendment in the year 1951 and 93rd amendment in 2005, and private institutions too, so the educational institutions, right? So even the OBC quota in 27% reservation and 103 amendment, so it's a 10% EWS, and Article 16. So are you able to view this? Are you able to view this? Yes. Okay. So equality of opportunity in the maths on grounds of 15 article, there are 5 grounds, and 16 class 2 again additional 2 grounds, and Parliament can prescribe residence as condition for certain employment in the state's UTs or local authority, right? So if it is UT, the Parliament will decide. If it is the state, any state, so the state will decide. If it is any authority, the authority will decide. The religion status, religion can be condition. The religious institutions, religions can be condition. The reason is, if it is a minority university, the minorities will be more, definitely. Minorities can be Muslim minority, Christian minority, Sikh minority, whatever it may be, right? If you are clear, CLR in the comment box. If you are clear, CLR in the comment box. Yes, okay. So in 1980, who submitted the BC Commission report? Who submitted the BC Commission report? Answer please. Type your comments. In 1980, who submitted the BC Commission report? Who submitted the BC Commission report? Answer please. Answer please. So it was Mandal. It was Mandal. So yeah, Mandal. Very good. Very good. So OBC implemented in 1990 by whom? By which government? By which government? By which government? OBC implemented reservation, 27% reservation in 1990. By which government? By which government? VP Singh. VP Singh is the answer. Okay. And SC upheld 10% reservation in EWS was also proposed in 1991. Is it accepted and agreed by the Supreme Court? Is it accepted by the Supreme Court? No. Very good. No. And what about, yeah, it was recommended by PV Narasimha Rao. Okay. Finally, 10% EWS reservation is according to which bill it was introduced? According to which bill it was introduced? 10% EWS reservation. According to which bill? 124, excellent. So according to which act it was introduced? According to which act it was introduced? 103, excellent. So in the year, which year it was? 1/3, yes, 103. So it's in 2019. Yeah, excellent, excellent. And Article 17. According to Article 17, the enforcement of any disability arising out of untouchability shall be offence punishable. In 1955, it was Untouchability Offence Act. In 1976, it got again amended, and the name is Protection of Civil Rights Act. Protection of Civil Rights Act. So the laws became more stringent. Stringent means strict, more strict. So the right is available against private individuals, and it is constitutional obligation of the state to take necessary actions and ensure that this right is not violated. Right? Moving to the next. So no titles, the Article 18, no titles accepted except by military, by academic distinctions shall be conferred by the state. National Award Bharat Ratna and Padma Vibhushan are not amount to the short titles, not amount to the titles according to the 18th article. In the year Supreme Court decided, and Supreme Court in the year 1996, and the title from foreign state, the citizens cannot allowed, they are not allowed to take foreign titles, and the foreigners are not allowed to take without the permission of the president, and any person is not allowed to take foreign titles, right? And the present emoluments or office of any kind under the foreign state, citizens or foreigners are not allowed, right? This is all about the right to equality, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So just questions now. So 14, Article 14 consists of what? I need only short answers. Short answers, please. Article 14 means, it's about, type your comment, type your comment. Yes, EBL means equality before Yes, equal protection of law, equality before law. EBL from, equality before law from which country or which constitution we have taken? EBL from, yes, British, very good. So is it a negative approach or positive approach? Negative approach or positive approach? Negative approach or positive approach? Type your comments faster. Negative, very good. And what about EPL? Equality protection of law. Equality protection of law from, taken from USA. Excellent. So excellent. America. So American Constitution, where it was present? Bill of Rights. Bill of Rights, in which year it was got amended and presented? Bill of Rights, when it was amended and presented? Bill of Rights in the year 1791. 1791. I forgot to tell you one thing. According to the 17th article, abolition of untouchability, right? This is also from American Constitution. So 13th Amendment Act. So 13th Amendment Act. It was got amended in 13th Amendment Act in USA. So in the Bill of Rights, and it was passed by the Abraham Lincoln. The Abraham Lincoln, because Abraham Lincoln is also from the poor family, and he and all the senators and everybody, the members are not that much interested to pass the bill, but he just told everybody that if untouchability is not allowed, and if untouchability is not a crime, then nothing is a crime. He just told that the word, and later it got passed, the 13th Amendment Act. So based on that is also one point here. So again, according to 13th article, what is the activity of 13th article? What is the activity of 13th article? 13th article is about 13th article is about 13th article is about 13th article is about 13th article is about, come on, type your answers. 13th article, yeah, before 13 class 1, before commencement date and after commencement date. Before commencement date, if it is insufficient, not inconsistent to the fundamental rights, it will be void. And after commencement date, if it is inconsistent towards the fundamental rights, it is void, right? 13 class 3, so a review should be there. 13 class 4, from which amendment act the 13th class 4 is there? 13th class 4 is there. Under which amendment act it was passed? Under which amendment act it was added? 13 class 4. 13 class 4. Come on, type your answers. Type your answers. Type your answers. Type your answers. So it's about 24th Amendment Act in 1971. It's about 24th Amendment Act 1971. Okay, right. So 12th article consists of what? 12th article consists of what? 12th article consists. 12th article consists. 12th article consists. So 12th article consists the definition, right? So from 12 to, yeah, state definition. 12 to 35, this is all about fundamental rights, and 12th article consists definitions. 13th article will consist, actually 13th article consists the review, and the 33rd article consists the Navy Act 1950 and Army Act 1950, and the martial law in 34th article, and 35th article, the Parliament has a right to modify, amend rather than the state. This is what the other articles consist, and 14th article to 18th article it's right to equality, and 19 to 22 it's it's a right to freedom, and 23rd and 24 so right against exploitation, and 25 to 28 it's a right against right of religion. So again 29 and 30 so it's again culture and educational, and 31 it was transferred from fundamental rights to the judicial right, constitutional right, or so this is just the law right. So that is added according to 44th Amendment Act in 1978 to the 300A, right? So this is all about those articles, right? So till now the class right to equality, that is 14th article, 15th article, 16th article, 17th article and 18th article, these all these are discussed in the morning class and as well as the second part this class, right? So now the questions, here are the questions. So prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, the article 15 of the Constitution of India is fundamental rights classifiable under the right to freedom, religion, right to against exploitation, culture and education, right to equality. This is very simple. Answer is A, B, C, D. Which one is right? A, B, C, D. Which one is right? So this is D. Excellent. Right? Moving to the next. So match. This is just matching. Article 14 is which the list? Article 15, Article 14, Article 15 and Article 16 and Article 17. Here the state shall be discriminated against the certain grounds, only religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth and any of the term. So this is about, so Article 15, right? So the state shall not deny any person equality before law and equal. This is Article 14, right? And untouchability, this is article. So this is, so first is 2, A2 B1. So answer is C, right? So moving to the next. So which of the following statements is correct? Rights are claims of the state against the citizens. Rights are privileged which are incorporated in the Constitution of state. Rights are claims of the citizens against the state, and rights are privileged of the few citizens against the many. So which is what? Which might be the answer? Which might be the correct answer? So what do you say? Which might be the correct answer? Type your comment. B, C. So answer is actually C. Actually is C. Rights are claims of the citizens against the state, because we should the people should rights, fundamental rights providers are the state. So the people, if I lose any fundamental right, I will file a case against the state, right? So it's a C, not the privileged incorporated in the Constitution of a state. Rights are privileged which are incorporated in the Constitution of a state. Rights are claims of citizens against the state. We can claim, right? One of the implications of the equality in society in the absence of, so privileges or restraints or competition or ideology. So what exactly it is? What exactly it is? Comment your answer. Comment your answer. Comment your answer. Comment your answer. Yes, answer please. Okay, so it's privileges, right? Moving to the next. So this is all about the today's session. So we'll meet in the next class with the next right, that is right to freedom. So until then, stay tuned. Bye bye.